Hello everyone and welcome back to the WCG for this afternoon session on day 2 of the first test match of the Harley Cranes Test Series. Mats 11 find themselves in all sorts of bother at the lunch break. They are 3 for 36 in their second innings, still trailing by 75 runs, though Michael Johnson is fighting valiantly, not out on 21. Mats 11 continued their good work with the ball this morning. It was tough work for Josh Bolling early on, who was given a workover by the Green Machine paceman. But he would be able to overcome that and get some boundaries away for the men in blue to push their lead up towards the 100 mark. But he would fall shortly after, unluckily caught down the leg side by the auto wicket for 12. And his wicket would bring a swift end to the Brenners 11 innings. Rabiel Basher dismissed for a duck. And Todd Lavin, after adding 10, was caught and bowled by Mark Pasterfield to end the innings. It was another positive start with the bat for debutant Harry Dean, who sought to eat into the Brenners 11 lead early in this second innings. But he would fall for single figures once again after poking at a Josh Bolling delivery that would trigger yet another top order collapse for the men in green. White appeared to be unluckily dismissed after it looked like it come off his arm. There was no doubt with Ryan Schaefer's dismissal, as he was dismissed for a pair in the test match. But after slumping to 3 for 13 in their second innings, it is Michael Johnson leading the fight back as he'll resume this middle session 21 not out. So as mentioned prior, it will be Michael Johnson who will resume his innings 21 not out, has batted with common sense so far in this innings after coming in with his side in all sorts of trouble at 3 for 13. So it will be Rabiel Basher to bowl the first over after the lunch break, as he'll come in over the wicket now to Johnson, and this one is a short wide delivery outside off stump, and yet again El Basher starts with a wide to begin the over. Well, it has not been a happy day with the ball so far for the former Red skipper, who was remonstrating with the umpire about the decision. But to be fair, on first viewing, it looks like he can have very little argument with it. So Mats 11 3 for 37 now in their second innings, still trailing Brenners 11 by 74 runs. So still a lot to do here for the men in green, as El Basher will continue in the 11th over, and this one's a better delivery on that fourth stump line, and Johnson leaves it alone. El Basher still searching for his first wicket of the test match, has match figures of no wicket for 13 after 3.2 overs. He was to continue again now to Johnson. This one's a good length delivery, but this one slides down the leg side for no run. So a bit of licorice all sorts to begin the session here from the former Red skipper. Possibly a few too many cufters at the lunch break for the big man. As he'll continue again now to Johnson in the 11th over, and this one's a full toss and it's hit on the leg side. And it's fielded there by Peter Fowler at mid-wicket for no run. So it will be interesting to see what the tactic is from the Green Machine. There are heavy storm clouds forming in the distance. Here is El Basher will continue to Johnson in the 11th over. He's in now, and this one's a full delivery, and it's clipped off his toes, but it's well stopped there by Peter Fowler there at mid-wicket. But Johnson gets through for a single. So Johnson has moved along to 22, his highest test score at the WCG in some 2 years, where he made 40 in the first innings of Rabi's 11's debut test match 2 years ago. So it'll be El Basher in for the final ball of the over. Here he's in now, and this one's another full delivery, bang on the money, but Johnson keeps it out to end with. It'll be Justin Brooke to bowl his second over of the innings. He's in now to Johnson, this one's a full delivery, and Johnson's good enough to clip it off his toes onto the fence, and will move through for another single. So this is smart cricket here from Johnson. Would have been bitterly disappointed with his first innings dismissal. Nicked off, slashing wide outside the off stump for a second ball duck. Justin Brooke will continue around the wicket in the 12th over. He's in now, and this one's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Johnson lets it go through to the keeper. So we also must laud the effort of Justin Brooke today. He's been fantastic for the men in blue with the ball. He currently has match figures of 1 for 2 into his 4th over. So he'll continue again to Johnson. This one crashes into his pads, and there's no shot offered, but I think this one has pitched outside the leg stump. Yeah, from that angle it looks like it clearly has. Brooke in for the final delivery of his over. He's in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and this one cuts Johnson in half. He has bowled brilliantly today, Brooke, without luck, and that's just another example of it. Mats 11 3 for 39. Josh Bolling will bowl the 13th over of the innings. He's in now to Johnson. This one's a flighted delivery, and Johnson is on the back foot and defends. It looked like he might have been winding up there for a big stroke, but thought better of it. Bolling will continue to him now around the wicket. In now, this one's a similar delivery, and that might have been why he put away the pull stroke. And that one cuts right through him once again. A couple of nervous moments for Johnson after the lunch break. Bowling to continue to Johnson in the 13th over. As in now, this one's a full delivery. He catches the shoulder of the bat. And Rabi El-Bash has dropped an absolute sitter. And to make it worse, Johnson's going to pinch a single. Well, it is all happening here at the WCG. It's another brilliant bit of bowling here from Bowling. Here as it catches the shoulder of the bat. Oh, and he never looked like catching it. So Bowling is in for the final ball of the 13th over. He's in now and he's dragged this one down. Oh, but Johnson's chopped it on. Has he? I don't think he has. I think he might have chopped this onto his leg. Well, he's living a very charmed life at the moment. Oh, I think he's meant that. Action galore here at the WCG. As Lavin is in for his second over of the innings. And this one looks to have struck Johnson on the leg. And he's going to move through for a leg bye. So a good start to the over here from Lavin. It's a good full delivery. Yeah, in the thigh, moves through for a leg bye. Lavin will continue around the wicket to Johnson. It's in now and he drops short. Johnson hammers this on the leg side as he pierces the gap beautifully for another boundary. Johnson has moved along to 28. The Green Machine 3 for 46. Lavin to continue to Johnson in the 17th over. Here's in now. This one's a full delivery. And this one nearly sneaks through Johnson's defences. It's hands on heads there from Todd as Johnson moves through for a leg bye. Here's Scott remonstrating with the umpire. He thinks he's hit the auto wiki. A reminder that you can't run once it hits the auto wiki, but the umpire has cleared it. So just the one delivery remaining in this Lavin over. As he'll come in around the wicket now to Johnson, and Johnson just defends this on the leg side for no run. Gavin Merrifield to bowl the 18th over of the innings. He's in now to Johnson. He begins with a good length delivery. And this one looks like it's caught the shoulder of Johnson's bat once again. But it's fielded by Scott there on the offside for no run. So this is brilliant stuff from Johnson, who is scratching around and still fights here. As Merrifield continues to again around the wicket. And this one's a good length delivery. Oh, and I think this has just rolled past the stumps once again. Well, Johnson is living a charmed life here in this afternoon session. It hits the back of the bat and nearly his demise. Merrifield to continue to Johnson in the 18th over. He's in now around the wicket. This is another good length delivery. It stays a bit low and is played on the onside but fielded by George Penrose there for no run. So it looks like this wicket is just starting to play a few tricks here, which will make things a little bit more difficult here for the Green Machine. As Merrifield is in for the final ball of his over. And this one's a full delivery which goes down the leg side. It'll be Peter Fowler to bowl the 19th over of the innings. Here's in now. This one's a full in-swinging delivery. And Johnson is good enough to clip this off his toes onto the fence once again and moves through for yet another single. Good stuff here from Johnson. Johnson has moved along to 29. Matt Levin has moved along to 3 for 48. Still trailing by 63 runs. However, Johnson is just bit by bit chewing into this deficit. As Fowler will continue again now around the wicket. This one's a short delivery and it beats Gavin Merrifield there at mid-wicket for another boundary. Johnson moves into the 30s. 50 up for the Green Machine. Fowler to continue to Johnson around the wicket. He's in now and this one's a better delivery. It's bang on the money and Johnson is good enough to keep it out once again. So this is brilliant here from Johnson, who's moved along to 33. The deficit 59 now. As Fowler is in once again to Johnson. It's a full delivery and it initially beats Hancock there. And Fowler ends up fielding well off his own bowling to prevent the boundary. So there's just a slight momentum shift here for the men in green. As Fowler is in for the final ball of his over. Here's in now. This one's a back of a length delivery and Johnson leaves well. Matt's 11, 3 for 54. As Josh Bowling will bowl around the wicket now to Johnson. This one's a floated delivery and Johnson hit it over the fence. Well, what a way to get out from Johnson after fighting so hard. You can see he's crestfallen there at the striker's end. It's a full floated delivery from Bowling. Oh, and I think he's got a case here, you know. I think that was above the waist. Johnson's going to go regardless. So Mats 11 lose their 4th wicket with the score on 54. As it's Mark Pasterfield who comes to the crease here at number 5 for the men in green. Made just 1 in the first innings, so the Blues will fancy themselves here. So it'll be Josh Bowling who's just picked up his 2nd wicket of the innings. Bowled to Mark Pasterfield around the wicket. He's in now and he's hit it towards Perinara, who can't take the catch first delivery. Well, to be fair, this was travelling. And Perinara is in close here at mid-wicket. Oh, good luck catching that. Pasterfield survives. Bowling to continue in the 23rd over. He's in now around the wicket. This one's a floated delivery, and this one knocks PASTERFIELD over. And there's no reprieve for PASTERFIELD this time, as bowling picks up his 3rd wicket for the match. Mats 11 are in massive trouble now, 5 for 54. So 2 wickets in the 1 over has broken the back here for the Green Machine, as that now brings Daniel Arnold to the crease at number 6. Was one of only 2 Mats 11 batsmen to get into double figures in the first innings. Can he do it again? So it'll be Josh Bolling looking for his 4th wicket of the innings. Into Arnold for his first delivery. In now, this one's a back of a length delivery. And how do you like that for confidence? Arnold swivels on the back foot and puts this away through mid-wicket. He's off the mark in style. Mats 11, 5 for 58. It'll be Henry Perenara to bowl the 24th over of the innings. He's in now to Arnold. It's a full delivery and Arnold punches his back down the ground, but it's been brilliantly fielded off his own bowling there by Perenara, who stops it with his pinky. Brilliant stuff there from the debutant, as he'll continue again now to Arnold over the wicket. And this one's a back of a length delivery, and Arnold just shoulders arms and lets us hit him on the body. So Mats 11 in massive trouble here in this test match, still trailing by 53 runs. As Perenara will continue again now to Arnold. And this one's a good length delivery, and I think Arnold was trying to hide the bat behind the leg there, but it cannons into the middle of it, and he's fortunate not to get an edge. But Arnold lives to fight another day, as Perenara will continue to him now over the wicket. And this one's a good length delivery, and it's left outside the off stump, and that looks like it was a tight leave. That's brilliant judgment there from the big man. As mentioned prior, he was one of only 2 Mats 11 batsmen to reach double figures in the first innings, so the men in green might see him as their last real hope. Perenara is in for the final ball of his over. It's a full delivery and it's hit towards Justin Brooke. And it was travelling, but I think Brooke has put this down. It would have been a sharp catch here from Justin Brooke at short mid-on. Oh, he got a good piece of it, you know. Unlucky. It'll be Daniel Hancock to bowl his 3rd over of the innings. He's in now and he begins with a short delivery. It's pulled away on the onside. And it beats bowling there at mid-wicket for Arnold's 2nd boundary. Will he be the next Mats 11 batsman to put up a rearguard action? So he moves along to 8. Mats 11, 5 for 62. As Hancock will continue to Arnold. This one's a good length delivery. And Arnold gets a thick inside edge onto the fence. Towards bowling there at mid-wicket once again. But it's fielded for no run. Here's it looks like Hancock will go around the wicket now to Arnold. So he'll continue in the 25th over. And this is a full delivery, bang on the money. And it's a leading edge there from Arnold. And it's fielded by Scott there for no run. So good this from the youngster, just asking probing questions here. With the Green Machine still trailing by 49 runs. As Hancock will continue around the wicket now to Arnold. It's in now, and this one's another delivery, bang on the money. And Arnold defends that on the leg side. Yeah, it's just got a bit dark here at the WCG in the last few minutes. There are some pretty ominous storm clouds gathering to our left here. Keep an eye on that as Hancock is in for the final ball of his over. And it's in now, and it's a full delivery. And Arnold just plonks his leg down the wicket. And this must have been narrowly close to that leg stump. It'll be George Pineros to bowl the 27th over of the innings. It's in now to Arnold. It's a full delivery. And Arnold gets an edge through to the keeper. So his resistance at the crease is over. The men in blue are motoring to an opening test win, as Arnold goes for 8. 6 for 63. Here it looks like rain is going to be the only thing that can save the Green Machine now. Nathan Hancock walks to the crease, the 7th man in, and he too is on a pair here for the men in green. So it'll be George Pineros to bowl around the wicket to Hancock for his first delivery. Here he's in now and he's bang on the money first up, and Hancock is good enough to keep it out. So a tall order this here for the youngster. Here's we're only halfway through the 2nd day's play, and it looks like Mats 11 have finished already. As Pineros will continue again now to Hancock, and this one's a full toss. But he can't beat the blue skipper there at cover, who fields well. But with all honesty, the forecast for the remainder of the test match is not great. With rain scheduled for later today and the remaining days of the test match. Here's Pineros will continue again now to Hancock, and it's a wide delivery outside the off stump, and Hancock has a slash at it. He doesn't make contact, but he was asking for a wide, and he might have a case. It'll be Todd Lavin to bowl the 29th over of the innings. As in now, and this one's a short, tired delivery. And unfortunately, Hancock can't get it away. He'll be disappointed with that, the youngster. That was a great opportunity to get off the mark. He might fancy himself for the rest of the over. Here's Lavin will continue to him now around the wicket. And this one's a good length delivery, but he hammers this down the ground. And he doesn't miss out on this occasion, as Lavin can't field off his own bowling, so youngster's off the mark in style. It'll be Rabi or Bash to bowl the 31st over of the innings. It's in now to Hancock, and Hancock wears this on the body, and it just drops on the offside for no run. So the men in green 6 for 69, as they still trail by 42 runs. They've got 4 second innings wickets in the shed. Can they force the Blues to bat again? Basher will continue again now to Hancock, and this one's a short wide delivery, and that will help. He's hammered this over point for a maximum. Too short and punished. The youngster moves along to double figures. Basher will continue again to him now. This one's a full delivery, and he gets this away in the same region for another boundary. So he's raced along to 14. The deficit just 32. It'll be Henry Perenara to bowl the 33rd over of the innings. It's in now to Hancock, and he begins with a half volley, and Hancock has hammered this down the ground for yet another boundary. Well, he has raced to 18, and he has taken it to the men in blue. The deficit just 28 now. As Perenara will continue to Hancock over the wicket, and he's littered the young man. It's a short one here from Perenara, but there's no backing down here from Hancock, who wears it with pride. It'll be Brendan Scott to bowl the 34th over of the innings, as in now to Hancock, and he starts with a good length delivery, and it's another one worn on the body there from Hancock. But he is not backing down an inch here as the youngster. He is up for the fight here for the men in green. He's on 18, just too shy of his best score of 20 here at the WCG. And Scott will continue again now to Hancock, and it's another quick delivery outside the off stump, but Hancock sways out of the way of it easy enough. So the word here at the WCG that rain is not too far away, so that will be music to the men in green's ears. Here Scott will continue again now to Hancock, and Hancock is forward and defends well enough in the end there. It might have been a cheeky French cut, but he's done what he needs to do to keep him out. Scott will continue to Hancock in the 34th over. He's in now, and this one's another good length delivery, and it's another one worn on the body there from Hancock, but he stands firm once again. So this is a brilliant fighting knock here from the youngster, showing the older wigs in the side how it's done. Scott will continue to him once again over the wicket, and it's another one that strikes him on the body, but yet again he stands firm. So perhaps just another moral victory here for the youngster, with the men in blue looking to try different tactics in order to dismiss him. And Scott is in for the final ball of the over, and he lets this go outside the off stump. It'll be Peter Fowler to bowl his 4th over of the innings. He's in now over the wicket and begins with a half volley. Oh no, and Hancock has nicked this through to the keeper. After a valiant effort, it's the sucker ball outside the off stump that gets him. Hancock's got to go for 18. Matt's 11, 7 for 83, as it's Alex Stepien to walk to the crease now at number 8. He was one of 5 Matt's 11 batsmen to make a globe in the first innings, so he walks to the crease on a pair. With his side still trailing by 28 runs, as Fowler is in looking to pick up his second wicket of the innings. He's in now and he gets a thick outside edge, but it's onto the fence for no run. So the batting has really let the men in green down in this test match, and it looks very likely that they might slip to an innings defeat first up here, which I don't think anyone saw coming. Here's Fowler will go around the wicket now to Stepien. Here's in now, this one's a good length delivery. Oh, and Stepien hammers this on the offside, and he pierces the gap for a maximum. Well, that's some way to get off the mark and off a pair. It goes bang. It'll be George Pineros to bowl the 40th over of the innings. Here's in now, and this one's a full in-swing and delivery, and it knocks over Stepien. He's the 8th victim here for the men in blue. Brennan's 11 move a step closer to another test match victory. Matt's 11, 8 for 89. So the writing is on the wall here for the men in green, as that wicket now brings CASACCHIA to the crease at number 9. Another one of the Matt's 11 batsmen who failed to trouble the scorers in the first innings, so he is under the pump. So the men in green still trailing by 22 runs, as George Pineros, who is looking for his 3rd wicket of the match, will continue to CASACCHIA around the wicket for his first delivery. He's in now and it comes back towards CASACCHIA, and it goes right through him. Well, this has been a dominant display here from the men in blue from start to finish, and for the first time in a long time, this looks like it's going to be done inside 2 days. That is, of course, if the rain holds out, as Pineros will continue to CASACCHIA around the wicket. He's in now, this one's a good length delivery, and it's got a leading edge, and it's popped up and it's been taken there one-handed by Peter Fowler. That's the 9th wicket down for Matt's 11. Brennan's 11 on the brink of a massive first test victory. CASACCHIA goes for a pair. So Matt's 11, 9 for 89. So it'll be Hamid Al-Bashir to make his way to the crease. The last hope for the men in green. Here is Brennan's 11 have been granted the extra half an hour before the tea break in order to try and take this last remaining wicket. So it'll be George Paneros, who has just picked up his third wicket of the innings, to bowl to Hamid Al-Bashir for his first delivery, and it's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Al-Bashir lets it go. So I think few saw this coming in the lead up to the test match. Here is Hamid Al-Bashir has taken up his stance very close to his stumps. I'm not sure what the thinking is behind this, but at very least it looks like he's walked out there with a plan. Paneros will come in around the wicket for the final ball of his over. Here's in now, and this one's a good length delivery, and it slides down the leg side. It'll be brother v brother. It's Rabi Al-Bashir by the 41st over of the innings. He's in now to his brother, and that's a good length delivery outside the off stump, and Al-Bashir leaves it alone. So the men in blue just one wicket away from a crushing first test victory. So Al-Bashir is in again to his brother, and it's a full delivery, and it's driven towards Scott, who fields, and it's pushed back in by Al-Bashir, and I think it's been parried into the boundary. Yeah, after all that, it has gone into the boundary. It's a comedy of errors that gets Al-Bashir off the mark. Fielded by Scott, carried by Al-Bashir, and it's carried into the boundary by Perenara. Al-Bashir to Al-Bashir in the 41st over. Here is his in now, and this one's a high delivery over Hamid Al-Bashir's head. So it's good to see the love is still not lost out there between the two brothers. So that's another one taken off the Brennan's 11 lead. Matt's 11, 9 for 95. Still trailing the men in blue by 16 runs. So if Hamid Al-Bashir can get a few more away here, they may just force the Blues to bat again. Here's Al-Bashir is in for the final ball of the over. And this one sails high and wide, but it's let go. It'll be Brendan Scott to bowl the 42nd over of the innings. He's in now to Al-Bashir, and it's a full toss, and Al-Bashir's able to get this through the mid-wicket gap for his second boundary of the innings. Well, is there hope here for the men in green as the clouds begin to gather? Scott to continue to Al-Bashir, looking to pick up this final wicket. He's in now, and this one's another in-swinging delivery, but it slides down the leg side, and Hamid Al-Bashir squares out of the way of it. So Scott here looking for his 5th wicket of the test match. He's had another fantastic test match in particular. It looks like he's going to lead his side to a 1-0 series lead. Here's will come in again to Al-Bashir, and this one's a full delivery outside the off stump. And Al-Bashir lets it go. And if there's any positives to take out of this for the men in green, to be fair to them, they have fought to the end here. They have not given away their wickets. Scott is in again to Al-Bashir, and he squares out of the way of it once again. So just the one delivery left in the over for Al-Bashir to negotiate. Scott looking for his 5th wicket of the test match. And he's in now to Al-Bashir. This one's a quick delivery outside the off stump. That's left alone. It'll be Justin Brooke to bowl the 43rd over of the innings. He's in now round the wicket to Al-Bashir. Oh, and I think he's hit his wickets. The bails are off. There's a bit of confusion to what's happened here, but the umpire's given him out. The test match is over. I think you'll find that Hamid Al-Bashir has hit his wickets here. Yeah, just the inside edge of the bat. Well, a bizarre test match ends in a bizarre way. So despite a valiant effort with the bat from the Greens lower order, it is Brennan's 11 who have motored to yet another test victory here at the WCG, as they have bowled Matt's 11 out for 99 in this second innings, securing an innings victory. Michael Johnson top scoring with 33, Nathan Hancock 18, with no one else managing to reach double figures. It was another impressive effort with the ball for the men in blue. They will make the toil hard in this second innings, bowling 42.1 overs. George Paneros the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs no maidens, 3 for 8, and he was ably supported by Josh Bolling, who finished with 4 overs 1 maiden, 3 for 9, who bowled exceptionally well in both innings. So it's Brennan's 11 with another crushing defeat here at the WCG in a test match, as they have resigned Matt's 11 to an innings defeat on their return to solidify their dominance and force Matt's 11 to do what no other side has done and have to come from behind to win the test series. So as we look ahead to the second test match of the series, it's must win from here on in for the men in green, with the men in blue just 1 win away from yet another series victory. We look forward to November 14. We'll see you then.